in Silsden, which is on the way to Skipton. How far are we from Skipton?
Approximately 5 miles.
About 5 miles, that's fine. I mean, it's an absolutely glorious day today, Steve. Can I ask you, obviously we're all talking about the lockdown and the COVID situation. How has it affected you?
It's been quite difficult in many respects to put in place the measures that we need to now do on the boat side, the cleanliness and how we deal and how we adapt to dealing with customers.
Yes.
There's been a lot of work that goes on behind the scenes that people don't see with risk assessments and so on and things like that.
Yes.
What we are finding though, that the customers have been extremely good about it all.
Yes.
And they're actually working with us and to make sure that we can ensure to get these holidays, for people.
Absolutely.
In the main now things have settled down from a point of view. We all know what we expected of us and what we should be doing and should not be doing.
Yes.
So in the main, we're going okay now.
Well,
although it has been difficult to get to this point.
Okay, because I would imagine. I mean, a lot. It's a little bit gets to be sort of contagious that you want to go again and again and again. So do you get this? Sometimes do you get the same people year after year?
I would say approximately. I would imagine 20% of our customers every year are return customers or repeat customers to ourselves.
Yes.
As an industry, we do get customers that have come off other canals that are wanting to do every stretch of canal in the country.
Yes.
So obviously they may have been down through the Midlands at some point.
Yes.
And then they'll come up here, they'll do this section. So it is a business that I think customers do get addicted to.
Yes, it is indeed. It got me, to be honest with you, and I mean, it's a funny story with me. When my wife and my father-in-law came, he was, at the time, I think he was 94, 95. And he was he was going in and out of the locks, never done it before, and it was amazing, really. He plucked up the courage, yes, I'm going to do it. But the funny thing is on the way home, he told me that he'd forgotten to take his driving glasses with him, so he was doing it without in and out of the locks, without using his glasses.
Blindfolded, as they say.
More or less. No, but it was an absolutely wonderful holiday. We got down to Five Rise Locks and we went the other way to the Fowridge Tunnel, and we had a really nice time. Yeah. I'll be honest with you, we hired the boat in Skipton. I shouldn't say that.
No, you should, because we get on very well with the guys at Penine.
Well, of course you do. I'm quite sure. I think
it's more of a community.
Stan,
really.
It was. I think it's Stan, was it? Yeah.
There's a few. There was Snago boats, which was run by John and Liz quite a few years ago. And then there's Penine in the centre of Skipton, which was run by Ian Clark.
Oh, right.
And his wife Pam. They've been there for quite a lot of time now. So. Yeah.
Well, Stan was probably just one of the guys. He gave us the instructions.
Yeah, the handover.
Which we rather smiled at. The instruction took 167 yards to the first swing bridge, and after that you were on your own.
Yeah.
And I don't care. I mean, with respect, I don't care how much training you can give people or tell people. You've just got to get hold of the wheel and do it.
We always say that is the biggest thing, really. Yeah. It's okay, you can impart as much information. We could stand here for 2 days giving you information.
Yes.
There's no... it's experience. You've got to go and do it.
Yes.
Get on and have a go.
Yes.
Some people will never get it, or some people will never like it. But the majority of people, once they've been and they've done a few locks and bridges, which are very daunting when you first get there, you've never done it before.
Yes.
But once they get over that initial 24 hours, that first part,
it makes a big difference.
It makes a heck of a difference.
Yeah. Once you're into it. Yeah. So, on that subject, is the demand for holidays, I mean, apart from the fact that I know it's COVID this year, which has greatly affected every single person in the world, really. Is it a growing industry then?
It has been progressively over the last few years at a very slow rate. Obviously this year is unprecedented. We've never seen anything like it, but from the moment we were told that we were allowed to have these holidays again in this country, the bookings went through the roof.
Yes.
We were already doing reasonably well with bookings, but it's gone massive. So obviously we've got the people that were maybe going to Spain or Italy or somewhere, can no longer do that. So they've chosen a canal boat holiday or a holiday cottage or caravan on the coast.
There's a good alternative.
Yeah, we're finding that's happening quite a lot.
Yes.
The reports that we're getting back and the feedback that we're getting back after these people that have normally been visitors to Europe or further afield, is that they are coming back.
Good.
Whatever it costs, whether it be a second holiday as well as something out. They're all seem fairly adamant that they are going to come back and repeat the experience.
Yes, well, I'm really pleased to hear that. It's funny actually. I'm on day 5 of this, and I've already put 5 bits of video on because I'm only doing about 4 or 5 miles a day and building my strength up. I mean, when I was walking around Britain, I was doing like 17, 20, many days. I can't do that at the moment.
No.
I've got to get my knees right.
Build your strength up.
Yeah, it's getting so. I was like really fit when I finished that John O'Groats last year, and now I've become really unfit. And I think this 127 miles, I'll get back to my kind of racing speed.
Yeah.
But my first thought was, where can I go? Bearing in mind, if the lockdown had have come down in Scotland, there would have been nowhere to park. The pubs had been full, the restaurants, the campsites, everything would have been full. And I didn't want to project the Scottish people in a different situation to normal, because last year when I walked up the East Coast, I've never met such delightful people, and they have a real pride, and I don't want to spoil it just for the sake of making.
We don't.
No. You know what I'm saying. I want to give the best
Yeah.
impression of
Yeah, of
everywhere,
course you do,
and speak to as many people as normal, everyday people, such as yourself and everybody.
Yeah.
But I want to thank you very much indeed for your
You're
time,
more than welcome,
Steve.
no problem.
It's very nice to meet you.
I hope you enjoy the rest of your stroll.
Well, yes, thank you very much. I mean, it's only about 4 miles to Riddlesden, isn't it?
Yeah.
How do I get a bus? There is a bus, I guess.
There is. The buses are running from the village on the far side over there, and it'll take you up to Steaton and into Keighley.
Right.
So it's the main bus route, across the bridge, up to the traffic lights, and it'll take you left into Keighley, and it'll take you to Keighley Centre bus station.
Right, I was going to say that I think it's the 633.
I think it is.
Yeah. I'm going to the Marquis of Granby, which I finished off the other day.
Yeah. So you'll have a bit of a wander from Keighley train station.
Yeah, that's fine.
But,
I went to Keighley railway station the other day, thinking that the trains might have been back on steam trains, but they're having a problem.
Yeah, they're still unfortunately, really, which is a shame. But
and I asked about it, and they said, well, you can hire we'll put them in a train, the old-fashioned ones with like 8-seater compartments, 40 quid. But if you're on your own, it's 40 quid. But if there's 8 of you, it's a £5 each. You know. But now they've cancelled again. They've stopped.
It's a great shame.
Yeah, it is,
really
isn't it?
Yeah, it's a shame. Hopefully we'll get through all of this, and these sorts of things people will be able to use again. Hopefully.
Yes. Thank you very much indeed for your time.
More than welcome.
Yeah, I won't shake your hand.
No.
But thank you very much.
Nice to meet you anyway.
Yes. Thank you very much indeed. Bye now.
If you want to take your pictures, take your pictures.
Thank you. Let me give you a card as well.
Yeah, sure.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Well, as luck would have it, I've parked my camper van maybe 200 yards away, and I saw this sign saying laundrette, and I've got a bag full of washing, so I thought I'd come here because I'm getting a bus from here to Riddlesden walking back, by which time my washing will be done, which you can't beat that, can you? That's fantastic. And these are the ladies. Your name is?
Sally.
Sally.
And I'm Tracy.
And Tracy. And you run this place then, obviously. I mean, has it been badly affected by the COVID situation?
A little bit.
Well, we had to shut down.
Yeah, we were shut down even though we were essential, but we're starting to pick up quietly away now.
Yeah.
Oh, well, that's good, because this area is a bit of a confusion. I was as I was walking up from Leeds, I was at Green Gates, I think it was, and I was parked right next door to a gymnasium which had been closed for 3 months.
Yeah.
And they opened on the Monday, and they had to close on the Wednesday, and there's a notice.
Back down into lockdown. It's the Bradford area. But unfortunately, we come under the BD postcode, so we have to be in lockdown as well.
Yeah.
Is that
We're in lockdown right now.
Anybody that has the bins emptied by Bradford Council or pay the council tax to Bradford Council have to be in lockdown.
Well, fancy that.
But it's meant to be reviewed in a week's time.
Yes.
Fingers crossed.
I mean, I went into lockdown and I had to go into an apartment. I rent an apartment for 3 months, and just to be safe.
Yeah.
And having come out now, I'm stiff. I've got to get. I was either in a sleeping bag or on my computer, and so my legs have gone rigid. Nice one, anyway. Thank you very much.
You're welcome. Thank you.
I'll be back. I don't know when.
Today or tomorrow, that's fine.
That's fabulous. Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Okay.
Have a good day.
Have you got a message for YouTube followers? Bring your laundry here.
Bring your laundry.
Bring your
Drop
washing
your pants here.
So I've found the bus stop, which is going to take me down to Riddlesden, but it's not as simple as it sounds. But I need to get 2 buses. I need to get one first of all to Keighley, to the bus station, and then catch another bus which will take me down again in the direction of 5 Rise Locks, and that will take me to the Marquis of Granby. So the bus is due any minute, fortunately, and things are going pretty well, and the sunshine is fantastic. It's going to be a lovely, lovely day, and I'm really looking forward to this. Well, I've just got off the bus and I've reached the Marquis of Granby, and there's a lady here walking with her lovely dog, and we were a little bit concerned about it going onto the road. And so your name is?
My name is Fran.
Fran. And I detect an accent, but I can't think.
Yeah, I am French.
You're French?
But I've lived in England a long time.
Yes.
Many, many years.
Yes. I mean, do you think you'd like it?
I must do over 40 years.
Over 40 years. Well, that's fantastic. So you live in this area, and this is your...
I do.
You take your dog for a walk on a daily
yes.
basis, sort of thing, yeah?
Yes.
Well, it's a nice part of the world. It's lovely. And this canal is very popular. It's surprising how many people that I've met from all over the place, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, well, that's very nice. Very nice to meet you, Fran.
Anyway, all the best on your journey.
Thank you very much indeed. Whereabouts in France are you from?
I am just below Alsace, from a place called Belfort.
Ah, right, right. I've been to France many, many times, you know, or through France. Mm-hmm. But I used to like the West Coast, La Rochelle and Bordeaux, that
yes.
way, and the wine and everything, you know,
yes.
that was my favourite part. And you could go and wade out to the oyster beds and all that kind of thing. It's
yes.
absolutely beautiful on that West Coast.
Yeah.
But it's been very nice meeting you.
Nice to meet you.
Have a nice day.
Yes, you too.
And check me out on YouTube.
I will.
Bye, Fran. Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye. I've got the Marquis of Granby pub just behind me, and I've bumped into these lovely ladies, and your name is?
Debs.
Sorry?
Debs.
Debs. And this is social distancing. And normally they'd be sort of hugging each other. And your name is?
Glenda.
Glenda,
Yes.
okay. And is this a regular walk for you with the dog, or is it just a one-off situation?
In the school holidays, we tend to come once a week.
Yes.
Because I work in a school.
All right.
So we tend to just walk along here, and then we've got the pub down the road that we'll go and have lunch in the afternoon. Well, sit out in the beer garden and have lunch this afternoon.
Very nice.
Yes.
Oh, well, that's... So are you going back to school in September?
Yes.
Everybody seems to say that's going to happen.
Well, we were back before. We were back after Spring Bank.
Yes.
But with our bubbles. So I got a bubble of 16 in an EYFS bubble.
Oh, right. That's interesting. Are you a school teacher as
No,
well?
I'm not a school teacher, no.
Right.
So I walk this walk quite a lot.
And he looks a ferocious animal, doesn't he?
Well, she is, isn't she?
Yeah.
Never barks or does anything. Very
Really?
timid.
Yes. Well, look, it's only a quick hello, but it's very nice to meet you. And
We've got a long walk. If you can see, where are you going to today?
Well,
Not far.
there's a routine that I have to go. I stayed in Skipton last night, but I've got my camper van, which I've taken to Silsden and parked it near the boatyard.
Oh yes.
Then I had to get 2 buses, one from
Yeah.
Silsden to Keighley, and then another one Keighley to here.
Right.
And fully enough, the bus driver was a walker. I was talking with him.
Right.
And now I walk back to Silsden, so it's like a circle really, and I do that every day, and that's by far the most effective way, and I get a comfortable night's sleep. I've got a studio in my camper van so that I can edit this and put it on YouTube every night, and it seems to be going pretty well. It seems to
What do we look out for?
I'm going to I was just about to say, I'll give you a card,
Thank you.
and you can have a look at yourself. And
No,
no, but that's the funny thing about it. But the curious thing is, because I'm over 65, I'm 72 actually, but YouTube have come up with the statistics and everything, and 90% of my followers are over 65. Would you believe? But that
we
comes.
just hit, we missed that, don't we? We missed the 65 bit.
But that comes with what I've walked right around Britain. So, you know, I'm doing this because I can't do Scotland because of the COVID situation.
Yes.
And I didn't really want to be. Well, I wouldn't have had the time because I went in March to walk from Gretna Green to John O'Groats. It's too late to go now.
Yes.
By the time I set off now,
Yes.
you'd be into November.
Yeah.
So I thought, well, I'll do something to fill my time, and I couldn't have picked anything better in it being flat.
Absolutely. Yes.
It is, and the COVID situation, my knees stiffened up and everything. I've got to start again a little bit because I was so unfit.
Yeah.
So I'm just doing this as a bit of a warm up
That's a really good idea.
and having some fun about it.
Yeah.
You know, I had a really belting night out in Skipton on Saturday night, and you know, I've been there many times before, and I know one or two people there, but I had a really good time. And I'm actually considering moving to Skipton eventually. I think it's a lovely place.
There's a lot of places to visit close by as well, aren't there, to Skipton?
Yes,
a lot
that's
of lovely
right.
countryside.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes. But this weather is forecast being a nice day today, and it's going to rain on Wednesday,
and then
we've got like a really good weather forecast, haven't
Yeah,
we?
we have. I think it's really close to 30 again at the weekend.
No, I know it was beautiful. But that's how it is, just so changeable so quickly, isn't it?
Yeah, British weather for you. And the swans have come to see you as well.
Yeah, they always do.
They're
Lovely to
following
meet you anyway.
And you as well. Take
okay,
care.
thank you very much,
Thank
Eddie.
you.
So I've just stopped for a little break and I'm about 2 miles from Silsden, as I've just been perfectly informed, and this gentleman's name is
Malcolm Sunderland.
Malcolm. And so what are you doing here, Malcolm? I know we were just talking briefly and
We were just having a walk outside.
Yes.
And we decided we'd come along here, which we do many times, and it's refreshing.
Absolutely.
It's beautiful.
Yes.
And I'm absolutely amazed at the canal itself. It's a sign of beauty, particularly with these trees.
Absolutely, absolutely. And there's this lady sitting up here, and your name is?
Audrey.
Audrey. I need to come just a little bit closer because it's only got a small microphone.
Okay.
And I don't want to sting myself. So you was telling me that you live locally as well?
Yes.
Right. And you're well travelled.
Yes, very well travelled, yes.
It was very interesting what you were saying. I know I don't think a conversation can happen nowadays without a mention of the COVID situation, but
Yeah.
you was telling me about you've just been abroad, or not long ago you've been abroad, and what happened there?
Oh no, I used to travel all the time, but I'm
Oh, right.
retired now.
Oh, right.
Yes, I used to travel for work, yes.
Oh, right, okay. So have you been affected in any way by the COVID thing, other than your relationship with friends, etc.?
Well, yes, for a few weeks I couldn't have any contact with my daughter. Well, she used to come and sit in the garden with my granddaughter.
Yes.
And but we weren't allowed to touch, to hug, to kiss or
Yes.
anything. Now I'm in a bubble with their family,
Yes.
or with my family, so we can do things together.
Yes.
But apart from that, we are just incredibly lucky to live where we do,
Yes.
because I live right up on the top of the Aire Valley,
Right.
and I can see right through to Lancashire.
Really?
And it's absolutely beautiful.
Yes.
So, you think of the poor people who are cooped up in flats and
Yes.
houses,
Yes.
But I came here from Marylebone in London,
Really?
where I lived in a flat. That
Right.
was 11 years ago.
Right.
So,
You picked a beautiful area to live then, haven't
Yes,
you?
yeah.
You have been fortunate.
Yes.
I must admit, I mean, I've been on this canal on a boat and stuff like that,
Yeah.
but I do particularly like Skipton. And
yes.
I think I just told you briefly about my wife's situation, and
Yes.
she was saying, have you found anywhere yet where you really, you've just walked right around Britain, where would you really like to live, And to be honest with you, I'd like to be on the Dorset coast,
Right,
somewhere down
right.
Swanage that
Yes,
way.
yes.
Or if I was to choose up north, it would be somewhere around Skipton,
yeah.
on this side of the Pennines.
Yeah, well, you've
But-
got access to the Dales very easily.
Exactly.
And it's just beautiful countryside.
Yes.
Have you walked the Dales yet?
Yes,
Yeah.
I've done all the walks.
Yeah.
And the other thing is my daughter lives in Manchester with the grandchildren,
Right.
and I'll be much nearer them, but I wouldn't particularly want to live in. What? Sorry, I'm getting stung. I wouldn't want to particularly live in Manchester.
No.
But this is this is near enough. You know what I mean?
Yes.
And the roads are good. Once you get over the other side, Burnley and that side, you've got motorways everywhere.
Yeah, well, the
Blackburn.
M65 is the most wonderful road.
Yes,
To
absolutely.
get from Colne
Yes.
right across to
Yes.
the M6, to the all down to Wales,
Yes.
North Wales. It's very easy.
Yeah, absolutely. And
Yeah.
that's the idea. So, I'm just keeping a lookout really, because one day we're going to have to get around to thinking about it. And, so it's very interesting to see this, but it's absolutely lovely to be back on this canal again.
Yeah. Well, Malcolm lives on it.
Yes.
Just the next bridge down.
Lovely.
Okay.
Best of luck. Bye-bye now.
Yeah,
Bye.
bye.
Good morning, chaps. All right. Well, I still haven't reached Silsden for this cup of tea that I'm gagging for, but something stopped me in my tracks, and this meeting Sophie, who's a very interesting person, who was sat here reading a book, and I think I've disturbed her, but nevertheless we've had a really nice conversation, and we've got a few things in common, like as an example, filmmaking. So when she sees this, she might, I'm not sure whether she's going to give me any points or marks, but nevertheless, it's very nice to meet you, Sophie.
Nice to meet you as well.
And how's it going? What are you doing? What are you up to?
I'm just trying to find a quiet place to relax, and this is my little spot.
Oh, this is your little slab, is it?
Yes, my little spot with a nice little view.
Yes, absolutely. It's stunning, the canal though, isn't it? It's, you know, I'm absolutely knocked out with it. Do you live locally?
Riddlesden.
Oh, Riddlesden. I just walked from there. I finished yesterday at the Marquis of Granby, and so I had to get 2 buses. I had to go one into Keighley, and then one from Keighley that dropped me off at Silsden, and now I'm just walking back. You see, that's what I do. And the logistics can be a bit of a nightmare at times, but not so bad today. So you was telling me, and the reason for asking is you was telling me about the COVID situation with this. Is it a family gym that you've got then, or is it?
Yeah, it's my partner's gym, and his dad's best friend runs this gym called Eastbourne Boxing Gym.
Yes.
It's a good little place. It's a really good community for kids to go when they need, just get off the streets and just get out of the house.
Yes.
And with COVID and lockdown and stuff, it's getting the funding to pay the rent and the fees and stuff. So we just try to get all that now, raise the money and keep it open after lockdown.
Right. Oh well. The best of luck. Just once again, did you have a card or a photograph or something on your phone? Because if you send me a link, then now that people have talked about that, now we've talked about it, people might be interested in helping you. And
I'll send you a link.
Yeah, do that. Send me a link.
I will do.
And you was telling me that also over COVID you put a bit of weight on, so you've got yourself a bike.
Yeah.
And you're out sort of, trying very hard. Well, that's very commendable. Yeah.
Trying my best. Out on a bike ride, doing a bit of running.
And so don't you have a Fitbit and a bit of walking?
I did. I forgot to put it on today, but I've gone from 15 stone to 14 stone in a month, so I'm getting there now.
Well, that is good. That's excellent. I mean, to be honest with you, when I walked around Britain, I got down to 11 stone and I was wearing size 30 jeans. And in the last 9 months, because I had a winter break for 6 months, and then I was locked down for 3.5 months, and I've only put about maybe half a stone or maybe a stone on, something like that. But I like my beer on a night and all that stuff. Well, that's all right if you're walking during the day. And I always start off like I did this morning at Morrison's in Skipton, where they've made their meals half price.
Yeah.
So you can get a breakfast for £2.12, and it's a massive breakfast. It's a massive breakfast. But I really believe if you're going to eat and lose weight, you want to be eating first thing in the morning before you do your exercise. You can eat 1,000 calories, 1,500 calories, and providing you walk about 10,000 steps, you burn it off plus. And then you never eat anything else during the day. I'm never hungry once I've had a breakfast.
Yeah.
And that's how I've done it really. And it's not that I'm doing it as a sort of a that's the way it's going to be. It's just that I don't feel like eating.
Well, I think that's it with the younger generations as well. They're not eating the breakfast. I certainly didn't when I was younger. Now I'm 22. It's breakfast every morning, 8 o'clock when I get up, and just constantly, eating properly now.
Well, I think that's absolutely right. I know my mum she hardly ever ate until she was late afternoon, you know what I mean? And I said, it's wrong, Mum, you're doing it all the wrong way around. And she thought she knew what she was doing, but it didn't do her any good in the end. It's just, any athlete or anything will tell you should always start the day with a good breakfast, even if it's porridge, or something like that. But I like a fry up, and then it doesn't really, I love good food.
Yeah.
Okay, so Morrison's, it's good quality, but I'm talking about something that you can cook at home.
Oh yeah, definitely.
With all the trimmings. Well, you only get the basics like that, but nevertheless, as long as you eat in the morning, because if you don't, you're not doing yourself any good at all.
No, not at all.
Yeah. Well, there we are, chatting away. Very nice to meet you. Are you going to Silsden now?
No, this is my resting spot, then I go back.
You're right, okay. Well, look, it's been a pleasure meeting you.
Lovely, you as well.
I won't shake your hand, but it's been a pleasure meeting you, and keep in touch.
I will do.
Okay. Bye.